All right, folks, welcome to the first playoff game against the Junior Canes out of North Carolina. Team Philly's 2-1. Last game was a loss to the Rochester Grizzlies, 2-0. Looking to secure a semi-final bid, which would be tomorrow. All right, all set. Lucas, Nichols, Kobe, with Lang and Ricky back on defense. Puck is dropped, picked back up, swung back down. Kobe charges forward. Canes pick it up center ice. Come back. Lucas gets it. Sets it around the other side. Picked up by the Canes. Canes swinging around to the other side. Kobe, low token pressure, back up. Dropped all the way in. Picked back up center ice. Canes have to regroup. Lucas knocks it back down, sends it back over to Ricky, just outside of his reach. Sends it around to the opposite side, back over to Kobe. Kobe kicks it up. There's going to be a penalty coming up. Lucas picks it up, gets shot off, fires up, still. Justin comes out of net. Team Philly adds a man on due to the penalty. Lucas picks it up, comes around. Comes across the blue line. Oh, try to get over opposite side over to Colin. Colin on the board, back out to Lang. Lang over to Colin, and that will kill it. So to start the game off, Team Philly will be on a power play at the 13:57 mark. Lucas, Kobe, Colin, Ben, Nichols, back out to the point, sends it back over to Colin. Colin, got two guys on him, back over the corner to Ben. Ben's by himself looking, back out to Colin. Back out. Colin, back over to Lucas. Lucas delayed a little bit, goes off a defender's stick, high into the rafters. Face off, back out to Colin. Colin swings it back over to Nichols. Nichols all by himself. Gets his shot off. Scored! Lucas picks it up for the first score of the game for Team Philadelphia. So shot on goal, dribbles out front. Lucas Mott with goal number 1. Line change, Team Philadelphia. Peruto with Cusa. And Braden out on offense. Tobin and Blake back on the defensive end. Kick back up, Peruto drops it in. Swung back on the opposite side. Fisher, little token pressure, back down. Cusa over to the boards. Knocks it back down, sent all the way back up. That should be an icing call. Puck stop, back out. Cusa tried to rush for the puck. Swing back out, all the way opposite side. Canes get it, swing back, try to drop it in. Tobin's there, swings opposite side over to Blake. Blake looking up, got Peruto. Peruto by himself, got 3 guys chasing him. Gets a shot off, goes just wide. Good effort, swings back over to Cusa just between his legs. Swing back over to the corner. Blake over to charge forward, back over. Ooh, Cusa had a chance. Cusa back into the corner. Back over to Peruto. Peruto looking. Tries to drop it back. Kept in. Cusa back over. Braden. Try to drop it. 15th Philly player. Justin off his shoulders. Gets lifted out of his boots. Third back up over to Tobin. Tobin tries to send it forward. Waited too long. Justin puts a glove on it. Justin trying to fix his helmet. Back over to the opposite side. Aiden bops over to charge for it, sends it up. No, knocked down. Luca all the way on the forecheck, swings back around, looks for a little bit of help, try to center it. Had Barthol sitting in the slot, drops it back down. Luca, good job keeping it in. Back over Barthol, chase, kick back out. Bops kicks it back outside the neutral zone, picked up by the Canes. Canes send it deep. Delayed offsides, now works it back out. Sent back over to the other side. Bops sends it up and into the protective webbing. Barthol on the faceoff. Kick back out. Canes look to control. It's back into the corner. Bops sends it back up. Barthol tries to get around a defender, is unable to do so. Still sitting alongside the boards, kicked all the way outside. Diaz looks to grab it. A little bit of help from Barthol. Centering pass. Back behind the net, Canes look. Backhand goes across the crease in front of Justin. Try to clear the zones, unable to do so. And Justin with a nice glove save. Drop, pick back up, swung back over to Ricky. Ricky sends it all the way back over to Kobe. Kobe looking, tries to clear it back. Canes get it, send it deep. Justin back around to stop. Picked up by Ricky. Ricky backhands, gets it over on the board. Gets around a defender. Now it's back over to Kobe. Kobe back up to Nichols. Aiden looks, sends it back off to the other side. Lang tried to get a shot off. Centers it back out to Ricky. Ricky at the point. Glove saved by the goaltender. Lucas, Nichols, Zimmerman. Puck's dropped, back over. Aiden looks to get it, back out to the point to Lang. Lang's got a shot off. Back over to Lucas. Lucas tried to center a pass. Back all the way to Ricky. Ricky looking. Shot back. Aiden couldn't pick it up. Ricky back on defensive end. Gets a shot off and goes off of Justin's shoulder into the protective webbing. Braden, Cusa. Puck's dropped back over to Ricky. Ricky looking. Tries to clear it back out. Now does get it. Back over to Peruto. Peruto tries to get around. Gets around defender. Oh! 9:52 first period. Team Philly up 1-0. Puck drop back out to the point to Lang. Lang tried to get a shot off. Still kept it in. The Canes. Good swipe by Peruto to get it out of the zone. Pick back up. Fisher pushes it forward, tries to battle through. Cusa over to help out, back along the boards. Peruto with a good check. That's back out to the point. Tobin back over to Fisher. Fisher in the corner. Tries to knock it down. Cycled back over to Peruto. Peruto doing battle at the boards. Picked up by Cusa. Cusa between his skates. Canes kick it out. Tobin back check. Back over to Braden. Braden couldn't get a hold of it. Now it's back out to Justin. Justin pushes it back over to Tobin. Tobin gets it back over to Cusa. Cusa across the blue line. Nice jump over the defender. Kick back out. Tobin stops it. Back over. Tobin dumps it in. Back on the other side. Lucas over to help out. Cycled back over. Tobin stops at the blue line. Nice redirect by Lucas. Good stop by the goaltender. Lucas is there. Dropped all the way to the other side. Picked back up. Knocked out of the zone. Dropped all the way down. That should be an icing call. .826 first period. Lucas, Colin, Ben, out on the ice. Colin back over, gets a stick to the face. Tobin gets the puck jumping. Cycled back over. Canes gather it. Got to get back on side. Send it back over to the opposite side. Blake there to retrieve it. Overruns the puck, picked up by Lucas. Lucas tried to get it back up to Ben. That's back over to Tobin. Tobin sends it back up. Colin. Picked up by Tobin. Tobin clears the zone. Picked up by Lucas. Lucas got Fisher on the other side. Tried to get Fisher along. Back out to Tobin. Cycles it back over to Blake. Blake sends it back up. Offsides. .740 first period. Center ice face-off. Jake, Luca, Barthol. Theus and Bops out on the ice. Puck's dropped. Barthol swipes at it. King, ooh, that goes back behind the wall. Center ice face-off again. Back over to Theus. Theus gets drops it in. Goaltender gloves it back over to Theus. Theus. Canes send up the boards. Back over to Barthol. Barthol. Jake's over to pick it up. Jake couldn't get a hold of it. Back over to Bob. Nice shot. Good save by Justin. Lucas, Nichols, Kobe. Puck's dropped. Kobe pressure onto the puck. Canes go wide. Lucas is there. Back over to Theus. Theus checked against the wall. Lucas looking to pick it up. Lucas comes away with it. Gets around to the other side. Back over to Nichols. Nichols drops it forward over to Lucas. Lucas just not there in time. Gets over. Theus back into blue line. Aiden and Lucas down along the corner. Send it back. Canes drop it in. Looks like a line change for the Canes. Back over to Kobe. Kobe gets a shot off. Blocker side saved by the goaltender into the corner. Kobe's there. Puts a skate on it. Bops looks to kick it down. Can't. Bops comes over. Crosses in the pass, send back over to Nichols. Nichols cycles it back. Kicks it back over to Lucas. Lucas streaking up, blue line. Scores! Lucas with a wrister in the top of the circle, catches the opposite side corner for second goal of the day. Wicked wrister. Fisher with Cusa and Bruto back on the ice. Puck's drop. Back over, sent up. Ricky's there. Got a toe drag around. Team Philly player. Nice redirect. Justin aware. Gets the pad on it. And that goes into the beams. Fisher on the faceoff, back over to Lang. Lang kicks it back up. Kings retrieve. Back behind the net. Try to ditch it back out. Back over to Ricky. Ricky makes a nice move around. Looks up. And that's going to be an icing call. Just a little bit long. Fisher, face off again. Canes get it, sent back out to the point. Let's get over to Cusa. Cusa sends it forward. Fisher on the forecheck, back over into the corner. Cusa over to pick it up. Juggles it to himself. Back out in the neutral zone. Ricky all the way back. Picks it up. Back over. Fisher. Try to get it over. Pass attempt. Could not get it. Ricky's back over. Gets by him. Swing back. It's going to be an offside. Puck stop. Picked up by Peruto. Peruto comes by, trying to break through two guys. Gets around the corner. Looks. Puts a guy on his hip. Comes back down. Gets pinned up against the board. Still got 2 or 3 guys on him. Canes look to try to get out of the zone. Whiff on the puck. Back over to Cusa. Cusa with a nice shot. Good blocker side save by the goaltender. Picked back up. Fisher tried to center. Goes onto the defender's skates. Back out. Picked back up at the line. Fisher outside of his reach. Cusa over against the wall. No icing. Justin knocks it down. Picked back up by Blake. Blake comes through. Jumps back into the zone. That was Doherty. Back over to Lucas. Lucas sends it back into the corner. Nobody's there. Fisher back over to help out. Fisher looking. Pinned up. Doherty sends it out front. Lucas. Blake back over to Tobin. Nice shot. Goaltender got a little bit of a pad on it. Picked back up. Blake centering pass. And the goaltender puts a stick on it. .338 first period. 2-0 Team Philadelphia. Doherty, Fisher, Mott with Diaz and Bops back on defense. Puck shot. Try to get it knocked down. Colin gets by him, gets all the way back into Bops' territory. Bops kicks it up, makes it into the neutral zone. Back over to Lucas. Lucas. Ooh, nice. Gets it over to Fisher. Fisher couldn't control it. Lucas is back there. Fisher. Pressure into the wall. Gets warded off. That'll make its way up to the side. Diaz over to do battle. Colin. with Fisher. Canes try to clear it. Back over to Theus. Lucas keeps it in. Hand pass, I think, is going to be the call. Same lineup. Puck's back over. Colin sends it forward. Canes drop it back into the neutral zone, back all the way. Theus, opposite side. Lucas tried to get her on strong side, couldn't. Sent deep. Fisher, pressure onto the puck, opposite side. Theus looking to protect the blue line. Colin, pressure onto the puck. Cycle back over to Colin. Colin looking. Gets a shot off, goes off the goaltender's stick, back to the back wall. Fisher back out to Theus at the point. Back over to Fisher. Great play. Feed down to Dockery, back over to Fisher. Fisher gets a shot off. Theus gets it over, has a release over to Bops. Bops. Line change for Team Philadelphia. Barthol onto the ice. Canes try to send it forward. Ricky's at the blue line, tries to keep it. Luca, a little bit of pressure on too. Back over to Lang. Jumps Luca's stick. Luca in a foot race to get over to the puck. Circles back. Jake's over to help out. Back over to Luca. Luca centers it around opposite side. Pick back up. Ricky looking at the blue line to keep it in. Knocked back down. Barthol keeps the zone. Jake, pressure onto the puck. Luca back over to help out. Canes player tries to break out. Sends it all the way back. Justin. 1:08 left in the period. Ricky. Jake tips it forward. Kobe out onto the ice. Drop forward by Ricky. Ricky sends it in. Canes get it. Send it back. Try to clear it into the neutral zone. Lucas tries to pick it up. Picked up by Lucas. Lucas across the blue line. Opposite side. Kobe on the opposite to pick it up into the corner. Canes get it past him. Back over to Nichols. Aiden. Lucas drops it back over to Aiden. Lucas picks it back up. Gets a nice pass out. Oh my gosh, nice redirect by Aiden. Almost gets into the goal. And finally dribbles in front of the goaltender with 16 seconds left in the period. 2-0 Team Philadelphia. Same lineup. Ricky, Lang. On the defensive end, Lucas, Aiden, and Kobe on the offensive side. Aiden picks clean, back over to Lucas. Try to slow roller, picked up by the Canes. Canes. Send it back to the other side, picked up by Lang. That is the end of the first period. Team Philly up 2-0 after one. looks like we're all set for second period. Again, Team Philly up 2-0. Luca, Jake, Barthol, Blake, and puck's drop. Back over. Blake centers it to the opposite side. Try to keep it in the zone. Pick back up. Luca does a good job of keeping away. Now it's back out. Drop down by Blake. Pops outside in the zone. Kick back over to Barthol. Tobin grabs it. Back over to Luca. Luca taps it forward. Back along the boards. Canes looks to break out. Back over to Jake. Jake. Good backhand. Barthol on the forecheck. Blake try to get zone. Now it's back out. All the way to Tobin. Tobin looking. Back over to Lucas. Lucas back over to Ben. Lucas on the forecheck. Drops it back in the corner, back over to Colin. Lucas grabs it, picks it back out to the point to Bops. Bops sends it over to the opposite side, just outside the reach of the goaltender. Ben gets a shot off, goes just wide. Bops waiting at the blue line. Lucas over to put pressure on, centering pass. Ben tried to get there, stick lift, unable to do so. Now it's all the way back. They're gonna call that an icing. Lucas, Fisher, and Colin. Back over to Lucas. Lucas sends it back over. Doherty over against the wall. Pins the defender up against the wall. Back over to Ben. Cycles it back over to Colin. Colin tries to do something with it. Loses it. Back in. Back down to Ben. Back over. Ben. Pick back up. Back over to Theos. Lucas. Lucas with a hat trick. Third goal of the day. So Lucas Mott on the board 3 times today. Put Team Philly up 3-0. Drop, back over, Canes pick it up, center ice, send it forward, Ricky on the back check, Canes get to the puck on the forecheck, tries to center it back over, centering pass, Justin knocks it down, Canes try to take a swipe at it, that's back over to Ricky. Ricky fends off a player, kicks it back up. And they're gonna call it an icing. Fisher on the faceoff. Peruto flanked him. Lang against the wall, tries to pick it up. Peruto gets to the wall quick. Back over against the back of the net. Ricky picks it up. Ricky. Puts it forward. Centering pass, almost gets outside the zone. Penalty coming up on Team Philadelphia. And that'll go against Ricky, I believe. Maybe Braden Fisher. That's against Fisher. It's like a high stick. So at the 12-minute mark, Team Philly will be down a man. Kobe, Aiden, Tobin, and Krecker out on the ice. Try to kill off this penalty. Puck stop. Kane's look to get it. Kick forward. Lightning. Kobe's all the way down there. Kobe's definitely got some wheels. Kane's get it out center ice. Come across, pick back up. Good job by Krecker to get it. Kane's come across the blue line, looking to set something up. Try to send it back down. Good job by Tobin. Tobin loses his stick, picks it back up. Shot attempt goes just wide. Kane's whiff on it, back out to the point. Puck still alive. Into the zone. Canes. Try to get a shot off, goes off a defender's skates, back over to Kobe. Kobe kicks it forward. Kobe looking for a little help. Does. Luca out onto the ice. Hayden, help on to. Canes go back. Tapped outside the zone. Luca looking to put pressure onto the puck. Canes. 34 seconds left on the penalty kill for Team Philadelphia. Back over. So all the way back. Canes try to tap it forward to the opposite side. Back over to Theus. Theus drops it forward. Luca looking to get pressure onto the puck. Back over to Theus. Outside the zone. Canes have to wait. Back over to Theus. Theus sends it long. And that will kill the penalty. Back out into neutral zone. Canes pick it up. Come across the blue line. Theus, little pressure on. Shot goes high over top of Justin's head. Pick back up. Barthol comes across. Got Luca on the other side. Barthol gets a nice shot off. Lucas, Ben, Colin. Bops and Theus out on the ice. Back over, Lucas charged to the wall. Try to do a little shuffle back, unable to get stick on puck. Canes come across, blue line, send deep all around to the opposite side. Back over to Bops. Bops kicks it back over to Lucas. Lucas tries to get around the defender. Theus over there, Lucas over to help. Lucas gets to it. Breaks out. Kicks it back over to Lucas. Nice pass over to Ben. Lucas. Kick back out over the point to Lang. Lang drops it back in. Ben loses an edge. Picked back up by Colin. Kicks back over to Ben. Back out to the point to Lang. Colin. Good job by Lang to keep it in and alive. Back over to Ben. Ben tries centering pass. Ricky out onto the ice. Canes come across center ice. Ben Lowell took pressure onto the puck. Back over to Ricky. Ricky back over to Ben. Ben makes a nice move around. Gets it back over to Lucas. Lucas just got Colin on the opposite side. Gets a nice shot off. It's a 3-0 808. Second period. Puck drop. Peruto gets a pass the defender back over to Fisher. Fisher tries to tap it forward. Got hung up. Back over to Lang. Lang drops it in. Cusa. Back over to Ricky. Ricky tries to tap it forward. Oh, Peruto gets it. Looking. Has his stick lifted. Had an opportunity. Ricky gets it outside the zone. Canes have to wait. Peruto sends it back over to Ricky. Ricky. Swung back over. Canes do a line change. Ricky comes out. Kicks it back up. Comes out to Peruto. Peruto. Nice opportunity. Couldn't capitalize. Back out to the point to Lang. Back out to Peruto. Peruto cycles around back into the corner. Cusa over to help out. Cusa looking to pick it up. Can't. Peruto. Fisher tried to get a shot off. Turned, fired, went off a defender's shin pads. Comes forward, back over to Ricky. Canes, Ricky sends it up. Now it'll be an icing call. Lucas on the faceoff. Puck drop. Back over to Theus. Justin, nice save. Kicks it out to the corner, picked up by Aiden. Aiden back over to Theus. Sorry. To Tobin. Canes pick it up, go out on the wings, got a guy in the center. Nice shot. Good pick by Justin to get it off his. Had Kobe streaking long. Krecker. Krecker makes his way around, shuffles back. Goaltender saves it. Barthol on the face-off. Jake and Luca back out to Bops at the point. Swung around to the opposite side, picked up by the Canes. Nice save by Justin. Bad pass on the opposite side. Puck's drop. Back over to Theus. Theus outside the reach of Bops. Luca back along the boards. Bops kicks it back out into the neutral zone. Canes got to clear the zone. Send it back all the way to the opposite side. Picked up by Bops. Bops over to Luca. Luca tries to clear the zone. Tap back in. Heston. A little bit of pressure onto him. Barthol opposite side. Kane sent it over to the opposite side of the ice. Picked up by Luca. Luca, good backhand to keep it in. Jake a little forecheck pressure. It goes off of the team Philly, so no icing. Bops picks it up. Back over to, oh my gosh, Lucas. Not sure what happened there to Lucas. Back over to Fisher. Fisher, and then they send it long. Lucas, Ben, Colin. Lang and Ricky back on the defensive end. Picked back up by Colin. Colin gets tangled up. Colin does a good job getting it released back behind the goal Kane's try to clear it. Now it's back over. Picked back up by Ricky. Ricky drops it back over to Lang. Lang back over to Fisher. Fisher drops it forward. Lucas. Ricky covering back on defense. Kane's come up the wing. Got a shot off. Goes over Justin's head. Back up to Fisher. Fisher tries to clear the zone. Backhand doesn't clear. Justin with a nice save. .343 left. Second period. Team Philly 3-0. Peruto, Fisher. Cusa out on the ice on the offensive end. Cusa. That was Tobin picked it up. Back over to Fisher. Fisher. Back over to Peruto. Peruto alongside the boards. Peruto tried to clear the zone. Now it's cleared. Canes send it deep. Justin taps it back over. Picked up by Krecker. Krecker sends it back up. Nice move by Tobin. Tobin back over to Peruto. Peruto, nice speed. Back over. Back over to Peruto. Oh my gosh, great play. Nice save by the goaltender. Peruto with Fisher. Fisher on the faceoff. Cusa over to help him out. Sent alongside the boards. Back over to Krecker. Krecker sends it deep. Back over to Peruto. Peruto looking right in the slot. Cusa gets a shot off. Goes just wide. Went off a defender's stick. Picked back up. And there's a penalty coming up for a trip on, I believe it's Cusa, maybe? Actually, they're going to give it to Peruto. So at the 2:50 mark, Team Philadelphia will be down a man. Cusa and Fisher, along with Krecker and Tobin out on the ice. Cusa on the faceoff. Puck drop back over. Tobin sends it all the way back. Good job by Fisher. Picked back up by Cusa. Cusa alongside the boards. Gets pinned. Picked back up by Tobin. Tobin sends it long. Makes its way all the way down. A minute 17 left on the penalty kill for Team Philadelphia. Canes come down, center ice, gets across the blue line, looking to get something set up. Picked back over, Tobin. Tries to get outside his own, does. Canes regroup at center ice. Send back over to the opposite side, cycle back around. Blake. Sends it all the way back down. Looking. Centers. Back over. Back over to Krecker. Krecker pushes it forward. Team Philly tries to clear the zone. Justin puts a stick on it. Bops. Sends it all the way back. 14 seconds left on the penalty kill. Kobe, good job. Kicks it back all by himself. And Aiden back behind the net. Even strength. Back out to Bops. Bops try to get it back over. Lucas drops it back in. Picked up by Kobe. Kobe tries center. Good stick by the goaltender to knock it back down. Lucas picks it up. Almost got all the way through to the goaltender. Didn't. 13 seconds. Back over to Theus. Close call there. So 3-0 Team Philly after 2 periods. All right, so start of 3rd period. Barthol, Frugio, Heston out on the offensive line. Defensively, we have Lang and Wright. All set. Puck's dropped. Canes get it. Could have been an icing call, but waved off. Jake picks it back up. Nice save by Justin with a good glove. That puck was rising. Puck dropped, back out. Turns into the corner. Ricky's back over there. Barthol and Ricky. Joint battle. Canes will kick him out with it. Barthol gets it back. Canes centering pass goes all the way out to the point. It's knocked back down. Luca's there. Center ice. Quick forward. And that's going to be a slash coming up on Lang, I believe. If I had to call it. Actually, that's on Ricky. I swear that was on Lang. So it's 4:05 mark. Team Philly will be down a man. Lucas. Nope. Oh, Lucas, Colin, Blake, and Tobin out on the ice. Puck stop, back to the back wall. Tobin over to pick it up. Sends it all the way long. Goaltender knocks it down, guides it back behind the net. Picked up by the Canes. Doherty. Back over. Lucas little token pressure. Shuffled back over. Doherty looking to put pressure onto it. Goes over Justin's head. Tobin tries to take a swing at it. Back over to Blake. sent all the way back down. Colin. Hustle back. And that goes into the bench. Kane's run it back, over to the opposite side, try to drop it in the zone, back over to Theus. Theus sends it up. Fisher on the forecheck, all the way over to the opposite side. Ooh, loses an edge. It's back over to Cusa. Cusa over to Bops. Back over to Cusa. Cusa tries to battle his way through. There's a penalty coming up on the Canes. It's going to be a roughing call, so that will make this a 4-on-4 for the next 36 seconds. Fisher on the faceoff. Back into the corner. Canes get it. Cycle back opposite side. Diaz over to race towards it. Drop it back over to Fisher. Fisher tried to drop it back to Theus. Cusa picks it up. Over to the opposite side. Picks it forward. Back over to Cusa. Cusa charging. Across the blue line. Just outside of his reach. Just a little too far. Goaltender using his stick really well. Back out to Theus. Power play. So a minute 19 left on the Team Philly power play. Lucas, Colin, Aiden, Kobe, and Ben. All centers and forwards here. Puck's down, Lucas. Back out to Aiden. Aiden. Try to get it, cleared it back up. Picked up by Lucas. Picked over by Colin. Colin sends it back over. Canes send it all the way back down. Aiden comes through. Back over to Kobe. Kobe streaming across, got Ben on the opposite side. Gets a nice shot off. Goes off the goaltender's glove. Canes get it, send it all the way down the ice. Aiden gets it over to Lucas. Back over to Colin. Fisher into the corner. Back over to Colin. All the way back down. 7, 6, 5 seconds left on the Team Philly power play. And that'll end it. All even. And that goes off the Canes. Should be an out of zone face-off. Correct. Puck drop, Canes gain the zone, send it all the way back. Picked up by Lang. Lang drops it forward. Jake, little forecheck pressure. Sent back out in the neutral zone. Luca picks it up. Barthol drops it in with backhand. Sends it over to the opposite side, over to the Canes in the corner. Canes look. Send it back up. Barthol, good job getting to it. Luca over putting some pressure onto the puck. Jake and Luca. And there's going to be a slash coming up on Barthol. So Team Philly be down, man. At the 9:32 mark. Tobin, Krecker, Nichols, and Kobe. Zimmerman. Back into the corner. Kane scan it, back over. Aiden by himself, 1-on-3. Scores! Aiden, wow, shorthanded goal. Gets over the shoulder of the goaltender. That is extremely impressive. Nice shot. Got the only place he could have gotten it on net. Aiden comes up, sent all the way back. It's an icing call. Puck drop, Canes get it, try to fire it back out. Kobe keeps it. Kobe drops it in. Goaltender knocks it back. Canes try to kick it out. Opposite side. Canes drop it forward into the neutral zone. Blake's over there to help it. Gets all the way back. 44 seconds left on the penalty kill for Team Philadelphia. Fisher. Theus grabs it. Back over to Bops on the opposite side. Peruto waiting for him. Sent all the way back. Fisher back behind the net by himself. Loses an edge. Still tries to play the puck. Back over to Peruto. Peruto. Oh my gosh. Bops with a shot opportunity. Another shorthanded goal opportunity. Theus tries to drop it in. Peruto, good fight in him. Try to get there. Back over to Fisher, tries to drop it back. Canes gather, back behind the net. Send it all the way up, picked up by Lucas. A little bit of hook there. Canes, send it all the way to the opposite side, picked up by Collins. Collins, back over to Lucas. Lucas. Back all the way to Bob's. We're at even strength. Bob's whips on it. back in the corner. Puck is stalled. Ref's not really making any push to get the puck out. Puck's still floating, kicking around. Lucas is trying to poke it out. Back over to Lang. Lang tried to feed it back. Kane's come across the blue line. Backhanded attempt. Didn't get to the net. Ricky kicks it back up. Lucas tries to tap it forwards, unable to do so. Picked up by Ricky. Ricky, a little bit of patience. Kicks it back out over to Lang. Lang tries to get it out. Ricky. Picked up by Lucas. Back over to Ricky. Kicks Lucas on the opposite side. Lucas dumps it, gets off the ice. Fisher, a bit of pressure on the opposite side. Colin over to help him out. Ricky alongside the boards. Ricky loses the zone. Now it's back out. Barthol with a good pick. Nice blocker side save by Justin. Picked up by Ben. 5:03 left in the game. Back in the corner, back over to the opposite side to Lang. That was going to hit cross beam. Barthel. Puck's dropped. Canes get it. Back in the slot. Golden opportunity for the Canes. Couldn't capitalize. Good save by Justin. Puck's dropped. Back out. Canes bring out to the point. Send it over to the opposite side. Picked up by Tobin. Tobin hits it to the boards. Heston over to help him out. Barthel. Back over to the opposite side. Luca's there. Gets rubbed off the puck. And there's a cross check, I believe. So at the 4:32 mark, Team Philly will be on a power play. Puck's back out to the point, back over to Blake. Blake cycles it back over. Fisher, back over to Cusa. Backhanded pass. Not the wisest of choices. Good hustle by the Canes. Cusa back over to retrieve it. Kicks it back over to Blake. Blake looks to skate up himself. Back over to Cusa. Cusa. Cycles it back over to Fisher. Fisher looks to charge up, drops it back over to Cusa. Cusa, opposite side over to Blake. Blake across the blue line, on a wing, centering pass. Peruto gains the puck, back over, looking for a little bit of help. Try to get it on his strong hand again to get a shot off, was unable to do so, knocked back. Blake gets it, cycles back over. Fisher loses it. Peruto, opposite side, back over to Cusa. Cusa. Picked up by Peruto. Peruto tried to make his way through a couple defenders. Puck is still floating. Ricky. Tripping call. Players didn't hear the whistle blow. Looks like there's going to be a tripping call coming up against the Canes. So 5-on-3 for Team Philadelphia with 3:07 left. Makes its way outside the zone. Collin back to pick it up. Lucas gains the zone, waits. Back over to Collin. Collin tried to get it. Cleared back over to Kobe. Kobe back over to Nichols. Nichols back over to Lucas. Shot attempt goes off the stick. One man coming off, so a little more. Shot attempt goes low. So, man advantage for Team Philadelphia. Back out to the point to Aiden. Oh, too light of a pass. Collin comes away with it. Lucas comes up the blue line. Gets a shot off. Barthol. Back up to the point to Theus. Theus looked like he was going to pass. Back over to Tobin. Tobin loses the puck along the wall. Back out to Theus. Back out to Tobin. Nice opposite side pass. Back out to the point to Theus. Back over to Tobin. Had bops in the slot. Bops, Theus, Barthol, Luca, and Tobin. Fixing the goaltender's mask. Okay, it looks like we're all set with 1:39 left in the game. Back over to Theus, back over to Tobin. Then that's a score. Aiden bops with the rebound. 2 shots on goal there. Aiden Bops gets on the board today. Jake, Luca, Barthol, Ricky, and Lang out on the ice. Puck's dropped underneath of a player. Kane's come across the blue line. Justin with a nice blocker side save makes its way over to the side wall. Kane send it back to the opposite side. Jake. Jake makes his way around, looks up, got Luca coming over with him. Jake gets it over to Luca. Luca tried to get a shot off, goes off a defender's skate, makes itself wide back into the corner. Kane's got it at center ice, kept it back over. Lang. Cycle back all the way to Ricky. Scored! So Cusa with a score. There was a delayed penalty coming up on the Hurricanes. Cusa gets a shot off. And I think they're going to run the clock. Yes, they are. So that'll be the end of the game. Team Philadelphia 6-0 over the Canes. So Team Philadelphia have an 8:35 game tomorrow morning. Yes, folks, early game tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that game. But overall, that's the end of the game for tonight. Thanks for joining.